are live, which is exciting. And in a nod to the pandemic days, I'm in a chair in Bloomington. Y'all may recognize this look at the Graduate Hotel, where we spent a lot of time in 2020 and 2021. So for nostalgia's sake, whenever anyone tries to get on the elevator with me here, I yell, "Murder!" Okay, virtual comedy show.
Since 2020, we've done plenty of virtual comedy shows online. And though the virus is slowing, we'll keep going because we've still got lots of hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin.
Welcome to Virtual Comedy Show. It's a Zoom meeting with jokes. So please turn on your camera, turn on your mic, unless you have barking dogs or a rabid moose in your living room, in which case, please mute yourself for Pete's sake, and let's have some fun.
It's the Virtual Comedy Show, starring
Daniel, give you licky
Goodie and Brad Tassell. Tonight, Steve and Brad welcome comedian
Jeanie
Dogan.
Plus funny songs from
The great Luke Ski.
and a patty melt from Patti Vasquez, and much, much more. Now, please welcome Brad Tassell.
He's already here. Already here. Hey, we got a little mumbling and bumbling going on. Welcome, everybody. Do I look small right now in this? Do I look small?
No.
No. Hi, everybody. Hey, welcome, kids, to the show. We do this with our best friends every week. It's the place you find Steve Goodie and Patti Vasquez hanging out. And we always have the best guests. This week we have super friend and hilarious Jeanie Dogan, everybody. Yay! Whose name I just spelled wrong on the Facebook. Sorry, kids. And super favorite, what?
This is the week we spell everyone's name wrong.
That's right. And our super favorite musical genius, Luke Ski, everybody.
Hey.
And I spelled it S-K-E-E is what I did. So, hey, before we start, I do want to tell you, I have a lot of headroom going on here. What's up with that? Let me go down a bit. There you go. Hey, there you go. Hey, oh, now you can see that leg. Ooh, yeah, look at it. This leg is telling you that this Friday, everybody, thoughts and prayers, I'm getting my knee scoped to snip off a little meniscus. And a new thing for me is that the hospital and the doctor's office have been calling me twice a day for the past 3 weeks to pay for this ahead. Has this happened to anybody? They're calling me. I have owed loan sharks money and not been bugged as much. I mean, it's just crazy. And at least the loan shark tells you what you owe. These guys are like, yeah, your bill is $5,700, but your deductible is $2,300, and your out of pocket is $4,500. But with your discount of 15% of the VIG, right now we're taking $1,500. Where did that even come from? I don't even know what. I asked them. I said, "Why are you dealing with my insurance?" And they're like, well, we're supposed to work with them, but they're all corporate, and we're making up numbers to pass the savings on to you. What? Savings? And that's just the doctor's office. The hospital calls me, and it's more like a protection scheme, like you'd see. It's like, so you pay us $1,058 now, and maybe you don't wake up in the middle when the scalpel's really slicing. Huh? Maybe. So I asked them both if this is, and then I'm like, is that all I'm going to pay? And it's like I'm running a tab at the bar with these people. Like, hey, just give us a credit card and we'll go from there. So I know it's crazy. So and they called me twice today, and I'm like, I don't have the card with me. I don't know what to do. And the other difference between loan sharks and medical care, with the loan shark, you pay them so they don't break your knee. I head for the knee and hope it heals, I think is what it is. So, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just ranting about nothing. Let's try the jokes, everybody. Here we go. Hey, here's fun. With everything going on, Marjorie Taylor Greene and her ilk are still trying to impeach President Biden. Their last attempts, of course, everybody they brought in said there's no evidence to impeach him. And now they're looking for new information to bring the Biden crime family down. And I have found the next 3 impeachable crimes that they're going to put out there that Biden has committed. All right, the number 1 impeachable crime they have just found out in 1986, 22 times Joe took a penny without leaving a penny at the gas station.
Ooh.
That's a bad one.
It's
That's a
gone.
bad one. In 1977, Slippery Joe let Hunter stay home from school to watch the match game. And the big clue that day, snort blank. Anybody got one? Anybody got snort? And number 3, he tore the damn tag off the mattress. I think that's the. Hey, there could have been a top 10 in there, Steve.
I was going to say, you're doing a top 3 list.
I'm
Patty's
doing
in
a top
different
3.
place.
That could have been a top 10 things that
This
Mark.
whole show is upside down.
What?
You're going to do a top 3, then I'm going to have to do Patty's melt, and Patty will have to do your monologue.
I love it. That's, well,
Exciting.
Who's going to perform the comedy hip hop songs?
That's right. And I melted about the knee, so that was kind of good. All
Give
right.
that to you, Luke.
All right. Hey, an off-duty pilot for Alaska Airlines is charged with attempted murder of 83 passengers after trying to turn the engines off on the plane he was riding in the jump seat. Did anybody see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just the passenger in the jump seat, and they removed him from the cockpit. And this guy should go to jail forever for just being an idiot, if nothing else. He's a pilot. Bring down your own damn plane, stupid. What are you doing? Wait till you're working. Why are you doing it on another plane where you get caught? I mean, if I want to crash my car, I don't ask someone else to drive and then grab the wheel from the back seat. I drive the car. This guy's an idiot. Okay. Oh, well, anyway, no joke for that one, but I thought it was cute. Hey, we are all, I look so weirdly uncomfortable today. We are all super surprised that Trump has said that Sidney Powell was never his lawyer. Nope, came right out, don't know her. He barely met her, and it's obvious she was a Biden plant from day one.
Wow.
Also denying they know Sidney Powell, the Kraken.
Wisecracking. Wisecracking.
Doesn't know her. That's right, the Kraken.
I
Somebody's
got
told
it.
me.
I got it.
Got it. I love it. And this is the time your dad comes in. I always love it. Hey, did you see this, everybody? This is information you can use. McDonald's is offering free fries every Friday till the end of the year. That's right.
Oh, man.
All you have to do is use the app and spend $1. So buy a soda, get free fries, and after the 5th free fry, you get half off a McStint. That's my second favorite joke of the day.
That's good.
My favorite one is on the phone. I didn't write it until like an hour ago. And
Nobody tell Brad that it's stent.
I know, McStint. I know. McStint. That stint is fine. Shut up. What do you know? Hey, an 8 billion year old radio signal has finally reached Earth. Did you see that? The origins of the wave are unknown. Researchers have gotten one clue when they first played it and heard, and now the rest of the story. Hey, we got to be old to know that one. Tina,
For the old folks. You bet.
Tina doesn't know what that one is. She's too young. Okay.
Hey,
Hey,
you saw that.
You'd be surprised what Tina knows.
Tina knows everything. Okay,
Especially about Paul Harvey.
This one I said, Paul Harvey. Hey, he's on TikTok. Isn't that weird? Well, no, he's not. He's dead. But somebody's got him on TikTok. Hey, Michigan State University is apologizing after a trivia game they played while broadcasting on the scoreboard video screen asked a question about Hitler's birthplace and showed a huge picture of Adolf. Did you all see that?
Oh, I heard about it.
Yeah, fans were blindsided by the image and understandably upset. A spokesman for the university said it was a mistake to not vet the quiz, which was taken right from YouTube. They promised, though, that the quiz for next game will be perfect when they get Pornhub's Name That Organ. Name that organ.
I think it's a stint.
It's a stent. If you look close up, it looks like a stent. By the way, hey, Marshall Stern also wrote a joke about this story, and I'll give you his punchline only. The vendor responded, "We didn't think it would cause such a furor." That's how I responded, which is why I didn't do his joke. Hey, speaking of Marshall Stern, it's time for the Marshall Stern joke of the week. He keeps sending them, even though I've asked him to stop. By the way, Marshall Stern is an improv comedian and Buddhist who also writes jokes. And here it is. Here's the joke. Social media is blowing up over the wax figure of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson because it lacks melanin, meaning it looks like a white guy. Johnson has demanded a new figure. I don't see the problem, said Michael Jackson's statue.
Oh.
All right, 2 more, and then I'm ending the show early.
Cool.
An animal rights, now I didn't even know this was a thing. An animal rights philosopher, whatever that is, was quoted in the Oxford Journal, and he said he thinks animals should get to vote in elections. He said pigs, cows, and chickens on the farms would have a say in laws related to their life and conditions. Asked how they would cast their ballots, the man said, well, right now we only have input from the monkeys, and what they throw says no.
That was a shitty.
That's a true story, except for the last part. All right, here it is. My favorite joke of the day. And then Steve's going to come in and we're going to do a thing.
Okay.
He's going to do a top 7 list because I did 3 of them. A 14-year-old invented a soap that cures skin cancer, and he was named America's top scientist. Drug companies lauded the invention and asked the young man to meet them alone with the only copy of the formula at midnight in a dark alley.
Oh dear.
Because they're going to kill him.
Delivery was perfect.
All right.
The delivery was
Steve, come on.
perfect.
The delivery was off on that one because I hadn't done it yet. I just wrote it. I hadn't done it.
Brad Tassell, everybody.
In the hotel. Everybody.
I know what you're thinking, everybody. That was great and all, but I would prefer it if on this show occasionally Brad would sing. Well, you are in luck because tomorrow night, October 24th, if you come to Nashville, you get to go to the It's Sting Along with Brad.
Yay!
Just like we did in Edinburgh. I'll play the guitar with my new chorus pedal. Brad will sing. We'll bring people up. There'll be a drunken melee with Mexican food and tequila. So you're probably wondering, what's that like? Well, here's what it's like.
You don't have to put on the red light. Roxanne. You want to keep some impression.
My face is so red.
Lock it up and go play the keys. Every breath you take, wow, you're good. Every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you.
The brim of my hat hides the eyes of a beast. I'm the face of a sinner, but the hands of a priest. Oh, you'll never see my shade or hear the sound of my feet while there's a moon over Bourbon Street.
Okay. All right, let's do the top 10.
Enough of that.
One of them weird nights. Brad kind of did a top 10. Patty's going to come after me rather than after everybody else. So I've decided I'm going to melt. I am. There's plenty to melt about in the world today. And here I go in top 10 form. It's a top 10 melt. Tonight's category, top 10 books no one is trying to ban in Florida. Banning just about everything, but not quite everything. So these are the top 10 books no one is trying to ban in Florida. Number 10. Coloring books on loan from the George W. Bush Presidential Library. Number 9. I Am Not a Human Trafficker, and So Can You by Matt Gaetz. Nobody's trying to ban that in Florida. Number 8. Achieving Happiness Through Lower Standards by Steve Goodie. Really, it's the self-help book I wrote in the 90s that I still can't find a publisher for. Very sad. Number 7, Harry Potter and the Witch Who Went to See Beetlejuice in Denver. Nobody's banning that. Number 6, How to Bury Your Kid's Mom on a Golf Course by inmate 675309. Number 5, Don't Worry, We'll Shut the Government Down for Real in November by a bunch of Washington jerks who thought the WGA should just get back to work without a contract. The top 10 books no one is trying to ban in Florida. Number 4, Are You There, God? It's me, Marjorie Taylor Greene, texting you on a flip phone from the planet Duh by her 4-year-old. I said that wrong. I'm going to say it again.
4-year-old?
You did at one point. Right. Number 3. Wake up, America, but not to the point of being woke. That's too awake. What's the matter with you? I sure am a lot smarter than everyone else by Ben Shapiro. Number 2. The Rise and Fall and Subsequent Rise of the Third Reich in Tallahassee by Ron DeSantis' mom. And the number 1 book no one is trying to ban in Florida, We're Not Fascists, You're Fascists. What's a fascist? I have no idea. Reading is stupid. Is it too late for some breastfeeding? Breastfeeding by Ron DeSantis. And there you go.
There you go. And also books nobody's checking out of the band. Also,
very good point.
You don't need a publisher. We get your book out. You want to get the book out?
I have to rewrite the whole thing. It's completely out of date. But yeah. Hey, if there's anybody who can get my book out, it would be this person right here. Everybody, it's Patti Vasquez. Yay! Hi, Patti. Wow, you're on the mean streets of Chicago again.
It's scary. It's like crazy.
Yeah, I know. All right,
you
ready
like
to go?
black lipstick?
Yes, I was experimenting for my my skull face, so I'm trying a little bit of black and glitter lipstick. That
Yeah, and you're extra shiny. Yeah, fantastic.
Nice. I like that you've got the vampire yet Heidi look.
I saw the braids and thought Wednesday Addams.
All right.
there you go.
There you go. Makes more sense. All right, let's do this.
It's time for a Patti Melt with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, to folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses. She's melting down. It's a Patti Vasquez, Patti Melt.
Wednesday on Monday.
I'm feeling a little bit of pressure to do an opening monologue and or a top 10. Although I didn't know I was going to talk about the Middle East and how, look, I am a big fan of Abraham Lincoln. It's better to be silent and let people think you're a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. And that's why I don't think I'm waiting. I'm listening, trying to understand things. I also want to talk about school vouchers. And then I was going to talk about the Speaker of the House. And then Brad had to go up and bring up health insurance and having a procedure done. And I don't know if I told you guys this story. You all know that I maybe had my my sweater meat reduced. How would I put it? Hot pockets, my hot pockets. I had my hot pockets shrunk. But I was supposed to have it done 5 years ago, and they called me. Wow, this is very weird lighting for this black lipstick. I don't know which way to stand. There we go. I got a phone call, like you, Brad, several days before my procedure, and I was already in the window of don't have ibuprofen, like getting ready for the surgery. And they called and they said my part of the bill that I had to pay ahead of time or set up a payment plan was $4,500 with really good insurance. Yes. So I was like, that doesn't sound right. So I called the doctor's office and I said, the surgeon's office. And I said, how much, if I just paid out of pocket, how much is the surgery? And they said $9,000. So I was gonna pay for half the surgery out of pocket. And I said, how is that possible? And she said, because her office charges the hospital $60,000 in order to get back $9,000. So that makes complete sense. It doesn't cost $60,000, but we want $9,000, and we're going to charge you $4,500. I'm not good at math. This is why I have a degree in history, folks. It doesn't make sense to me. Right. And by the way, that actually leads me to school voucher programs, right? So I am fighting in Illinois. We have a school voucher program. It's called Invest in Kids, but really it's just a tax coverage thing. I don't even know how taxes work. I really don't. Like every year I'm like, I guess I owe this much. I don't have an accountant. I do the math. Apparently they trust me with a history degree to do my math right. I don't know. And at the very end, it says, to my best of my knowledge, everything is truthful. Otherwise I'm going to jail. They haven't come for me yet on those sides. Oh, you guys sounded sad for me. I'm just saying, I don't understand how any of that works. But here's the problem with two things about your program. In Illinois, rich people, 70% of the people who contribute to the scholarship program, I don't know if I'm using this correctly, scholarship program, they earn over 7 figures and they get a 75% tax credit, not a write-off, a credit, which is different. I don't know how. Again, I don't know how I work my taxes, but it all comes out in the wash. I have a roof. That's all I know. Right there. There's my roof. But the other thing is that I was trying to think about going to parochial schools. I went to a Lutheran school. We've covered my religion. Not going to go over that again. Maybe some other time. I went to Lutheran school because they had potlucks, and Mom she liked having someone else cook for her once in a while, and the coffee was really good. So what I remember is I had a 7th grade teacher. She was also my 8th grade teacher. They did this thing where you had like the same teacher for a couple of years. So if you were emotionally scarred one year, you could continue the abuse the second year, and it was fun. So I had a teacher who started telling us about Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. And she was talking about how he had this like competitive composer who made him crazy, who like drove him mad by making him write all this music because his father like was very controlling. And I went to go see the movie Amadeus, and I was like, oh my God, she's telling us about a movie, not even a real thing. And that was my Lutheran school education. Yes. Down to like the whole thing where like he locked up in a cabinet and Mozart had a fever and his name was really Thomas Hulse. That's what he said. I'm pretty sure. All I'm saying is if you want to send your kids to parochial school, go for it. But do not defund the public schools where we actually have a shot at giving kids an opportunity to like basically have critical thinking. I'm just saying. How's the lipstick look? Is that all right?
Really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. All right.
It looks good. Hey, so what they really want to do is they want to take all the money they would get that goes to public schools and use it for private school, even though they can afford it. And then they say they can exclude anybody they don't like. Plus, we took Darby. Yeah,
go ahead.
We took Darby when she was little. When we got Bowling Green to maybe go to the Lutheran school. And they assured us a couple things. One, we will never have like that Harry Potter evil garbage in our library. I was like, how about the gold compass, twit? And then we were walking around the school and the lady goes, hey, look at this. See that child over there? That's one of those midgets. And we let her come here because we're at school. Yeah. And we we are never walking in this school again. We're waiting for them to point out people from other races. We let that one in, and they were the most horrible people in the world. So
yeah. Well, I went to Lutheran school because they were beating me up at the public school, and then I went back to public school. I'm like, the beatings are better. So
learn to get in there.
Lutheran school was an option. Yeah, I wanted to go to the Lutheran school so I wouldn't get beat up, but they didn't take Jews. So
I bet they do now.
Bet they do.
Yeah,
now.
they do.
Yeah, they totally do.
They
Thank
want
you,
your
Patty.
money.
That's so good,
Patty.
I like how you wander from somebody's hot spot to another hot spot. And you just keep.
I know. I'm just trying to stay in the light.
And we lose you in the middle. That's what it is. So when was you said it cost you $4,500 to do the fun bag little thing?
Yeah. Well, I did. So. Yeah, my meat bags. Yes, I did not.
No creepy.
Now they're Skittles. In 2018, I couldn't afford $4,500. Like that was not what I was expecting. So when I finally had it done this year, it was $400.
Oh my God.
That was my part. Yeah,
well,
I'm just saying.
They want at least they want $2,500 from me up front, and I've got. They wanted 47, and I said I ain't paying that. I'm canceling. So then,
we're going to beg for some serious money later on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Goodbye. Everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, what?
Hello.
What?
No, we're just bringing up
It's a great Luke Ski.
Hey,
Hey,
everybody.
Luke. Hi there, Luke. Luke has finally recovered from the thing we call Fump Fest.
Yes. And a little earlier, you showed that excellent image from the Sting Along thing
Right.
with the drawing on it. Now,
Who drew
people might
that?
have seen that drawing and
drawing is
think themselves,
amazing.
yeah, if only I could commission somebody to make such cartoon art. Well, I've got good news for you. You could commission Chuck. Her name is Chuck. She's on Instagram and Twitter. It's at VV3SPA. She does amazing cartoon art. She's drawn me. She's drawn Steve. She's drawn Worm Quartet. She's amazing.
Do you
So
have your
please,
drawing with you? Luke, do you have the drawing she did of you?
uh,
Okay, she's feeling.
I'll show it later in the show
Great.
because I'm.
Okay. Yes, thank
Anyway.
you. I forgot to say, but it's absolutely true. Luke did the drawing for our Sting Along thing, and it's awesome. All right, we're gonna do an intro, and Luke, you're gonna do a song, then I gotta answer it, and then you'll do a second song. Here
All right.
we go.
It's our musical guest, Gonna sing something funny and then Steve will play something in between. Our musical guest. It's time for our musical guest.
Great Luke Ski.
Oh my God, I'm still here. What happened?
still
Hi,
here.
Luke. How you
The
doing?
great Luke Ski.
I'm doing okay. So is it time for me to launch into a song?
Launch, please.
Do it.
All right. And with what Patty was talking about and Brad was talking about, like all this insurance and finances and not understanding it, like this song kind of ties into that whole feeling. So here we go.
Oh no.
I don't mean to be gender specific, but I think an adult is a guy in a suit and a tie who smells like aftershave and has a mustache. Wallet full of cash, won't do anything rash, has a big wooden desk, and his checks never bounce because his job is adjusting financial accounts. His last name sounds really important, like Johnson, like the guy from Parks and Recreation, Ron Swanson. That describes me. Not. My development wasn't arrested, it was taken out back and shot. Execution style. Since then, my inner child has had free reign to just go buck wild. Adolescence is where my brain decided to stick, so when I ran a car, it feels like a magic trick, as if I pulled a fast one, but it shouldn't feel weird, considering I got my license when The Simpsons premiered. I'm a fake adult, a fraudulent grown-up, which is obvious to everyone the moment I've shown up. I'm a fake adult, and it's plain to see I'm a master forgery of maturity. I'm a fake adult, a fraudulent grown-up, which is obvious to everyone the moment I've shown up. I'm a fake adult, and it's plain to see I'm a master forgery of maturity. When my dad was my age, he had a wife and 4 kids and a house and 2 cars and handled it like a whiz. Me? I got a car and a cat and that's that. I got a laptop, which I got through Kickstarter, and some artistic skills, which I sometimes will barter for help with my music, and the whole time I know that my so-called career is just a 4th grade talent show. My credit railing spiraling out of control, and my basement's not a man cave, it's a hobbit hole with more action figures than a con dealer, and I'd rather drink a Coke than a tequila. I'm racing online with Mario Kart players. Meanwhile, I have no clue what a 401k is. I think it's when you have a job and there's money involved. Hold on, this portal level here needs to get solved. I'm a fake adult, a fraudulent grown-up, which is obvious to everyone the moment I've shown up. I'm a fake adult, and it's plain to see I'm a master forgery of maturity. I'm a fake adult, a fraudulent grown-up, which is obvious to everyone the moment I've shown up. I'm a fake adult, and it's plain to see I'm a master forgery of maturity. I'm not a grown-up, it's just a simulation, a counterfeit, phony, bogus, faux imitation, an artificial, falsified misrepresentation of a person who's of legal age is my situation. I walk around thinking about how my life is a scam, an elaborate sham. One day they'll see who I am, then I'll be busted, my house will get raided, and all my homemade puppets will get confiscated. Maybe I should wise up and make it my mission to learn the name of at least one local politician. No, I just can't do it. It's alright, I get my news from SNL and Jon Stewart. 60 Minutes bores me, and is it so heinous that I'd rather go to Disney World than to Las Vegas? I'd rather watch David Spade as a llama than any drama, but then I remember the words of President Obama.
The time has come to set aside childish things.
I don't know, Barack. To me, it seems that my generation was the first with the mentality of growing older doesn't mean you abandon what you love. We embrace it though our fears remain still. So if you feel illegitimate, it's time to get ill. If you're a fake adult, like I described in the song, throw your toys in the air and sing along. I'm a fake adult, a fraudulent grown-up, which is obvious to everyone the moment I've shown up. I'm a fake adult, and it's plain to see I'm a master forgery. One more time, I'm a fake adult, a fraudulent grown-up, which is obvious to everyone the moment I've shown up. I'm a fake adult, and it's plain to see I'm a master forgery of maturity. I need to set my teeth before those new cartoons wander over yonder in Steven Universe, and then on Twitter I'll ponder which was the better talking pig movie, Babe or Gordy? Maybe Charlotte's Web? Oh, and another thing, I'm 40! 9!
Thank you. The great Luke Ski. Oh, it's not over yet.
It's just the outro. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Well, every bit is precious. Every word is sacred.
Except for one word, and that word is misrepresentation. Never write a song, especially a rap song, with the word misrepresentation in it, because you will never say it correctly when you perform it live.
Wow.
So anyway.
Good to know. Let's all learn from Luke's mistake.
So what do you got to follow that, Mr. Steve?
Well, that's a tricky one. That is a really tricky one. I did mention a job, and that's good. And you also mentioned Steven Universe. By doing that, I think it means I can sing whatever I want. But you also
You're going to become a gem fusion with Brad, and then become...
Please don't fuse me with Brad. Bad enough that people confuse me with Brad. Anyway, also, you mentioned fraudulent. And if there's nothing more fraudulent than being on the virtual comedy show and singing somebody else's song. So this is the song that I covered and put on the Fump this week. This is by Worm Quartet, and it's about giving someone a job when they're just here to see a show.
Oh, no.
I've got fake adults stuck in my head now.
It's
There's a song
catchy.
that's coming up, for which I poorly plan. I look around the stage and I don't see a freaking stand. With both hands occupied, playing my guitar, I quickly scan the audience and there you are, come be my mic stand. You can join me on the stage, holding forth the magic stick that amplifies my rage. You're a mic stand, and I feel like such a jerk. You paid to see my concert and I put your butt to work. Up there on the stage, standing tall and proud, arms outstretched to hold aloft the thing that makes me loud. Your beers are usually tripods or have a metal base, but you're the only one I've met with 2 legs and a face. You're a mic stand, and you stand there while I shout. I'm sorry if I spit on you, I hope it washes out. You're a mic stand, and I can't thank you enough. I wish I had more stage equipment that would buy my stuff. Okay, there's supposed to be a solo here, but you're just staring at me and you're like right there and it's kind of making me self-conscious. Could you like look over that way for a minute? Just for a minute? Okay, thanks. I'm skipping the solo. You're a mic stand! Holding mics is what you do. Hey, you've got another hand. Man, could you hold my water too? You're a mic stand! And I can't believe you're here. You paid to see my concert and I use you as my gear. You're a mic stand. And I'm playing Minneapolis next weekend. Get in the trunk. Wait, no, you're a mic stand! You stand there by my bed. You have a lamp and a water glass and a book I claim I've read. No, you're a flight plan! You're the route the pilot chose. You're a technical piece of paper that shows where the airplane goes. No, you're a sleight of hand! You're a clever magic trick when the prestidigitator says, hey, pick a card, and he knows which one I pick. No, you're a white man with a reasonable mortgage rate when you deny your privilege and you take and take and take. No, you're a mic stand! By the way, I didn't realize it till I sang it. There's a couple other connections to your earlier song, Luke. One is prestidigitator is impossible to say in a song. And mortgage rate was in there too, so that relates. All right, let's have another song for the great Luke Ski.
Also, I'm a white man, so you know.
Right.
And you have a mic stand.
You're a white.
Yes.
You're a white fake man. I'm just quoting the song, sort of.
Okay. So, it is Halloween time, so that's why we're doing this.
Roosty baby.
Start quiet. A nap on Elm Street leads you to a creepy boiler room where a burned-up child murderer escorts you to your doom. With the style of a vaudevillian, your soul he will consume while spouting one-liners.
Take your life, please.
Gory Freddy Krueger uses claws just like a cougar. What a nightmarish intruder. Your fear is his power. If you go to camp at Crystal Lake on Friday the 13th and you're working as a counselor with a bunch of naughty teens, better know an able lifeguard or you might just lose your spleens to one mean hockey mom. Gory Jason Voorhees, turning campers who are horny into chicken cacciatore, machete, Iron Chef.
Secret ingredient, Corey Feldman.
Now every Halloween, the kids all go for trick or treats, unless your name's Laurie Strode, which is a role of Jamie Lee's. Each October 31st, about your sibling rivalries with Shatner masked right on. Gory Michael Myers, kill his sister he desires. On call doctors he expires. That's an extreme close-up. Young Andy on his birthday got his brand new favorite toy. Was a cute redhead in overalls, that was his pride and joy. But the Lakeshore Stranglers voodoo meant he lived just to destroy a Cabbage Patch psycho. Gory little Chucky, with his bride he did get lucky. Had a kid so gay and plucky, who was Glenn or Glenda. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based upon Ed Gein, who was really from Wisconsin, but they changed it for the screen. Well, they could have filmed the whole thing there, and it would have been peachy keen. Us cheesehead sliced up good. Gory leather face, epidermis you replace. Juggling chainsaws with such grace. There's something wrong with this song.
We gotta work on that.
I know what you did last summer. You hatched a little scheme at your final destination at a creep show so extreme. Yes, I saw you being hostile. It's enough to make me scream. 28 days later. Gory, scary movie. Evil Dead tried to remove me. Here comes Ashy saying groovy. Bruce Campbell's marching on. Thank you.
The great late Luke Ski.
Yes. Can I work in a plug before I go?
Yeah, but before you do that, I just want to say we've been looking for a new catchphrase for this show, and I think we might have found it with "Us cheeseheads slice up good."
Oh my goodness.
So earlier in 2023, I put out an album called Needlessly Meta. So if you want to get the best comedy music album of 2023, you need to get Carpe Tedium by Worm Quartet, because that is the best comedy music album. But if you want the second best album of 2023, then Con Artist by Bonnie Gordon is the album you secondly want to get. But the third best album is Stabby Road by the one and only, Jeff Whitmire, especially if you like those horror movie parodies. And then you got your Tom Lehrer album. You got everything else Neil Juice put out. And then about 70 or 80 down the line, then you got Needlessly Meta by the great Luke Ski, which is at lukeski.bandcamp.com for $10 stinking. Yeah. So there you go. Thank you very much, Steve and Brad. Woo!
You look so pensive in that cover. Hold that up again.
So here's the funny thing about this cover. That's a photo my mom took of me on stage at MarsCon, and it looks like I'm super deep in thought. But what's actually going on is right here is my laptop, and I'm just on stage, like checking my laptop to make sure that whatever's queued up next is queued up properly. That's all I'm doing. It's literally all I'm doing.
Hey,
but yes.
When you focus on getting a task done, you make a great album cover.
Yeah. You look like you're singing Folsom Prison Blues or something.
You almost look like an adult, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, an adult.
Nah, it's a moody teenager.
I'm trying to be taken seriously as an artist photo for my Depression era album.
Your Bill Hicks album. So. All right. Well, thank you very much, Luke.
Thanks,
Oh
Luke.
my
Thank you.
goodness.
Yay! Happy
If you
Halloween.
could find that song, my husband would love it.
Hey, Brad, I got to make my Depression era album, but first I have to end my Depression era.
Yeah, that's right. No, you're- Hey, speaking of ending depression, this is who's going to do it. It's Jeanie Dogan, everybody. Hey.
Hi, Jeanie Dogan.
Hey, is that my intro? Am I on?
No. We've got a really good. You'll know when we do.
It's going to take about 20 minutes, so
Yeah. The intros are longer than the actual thing that happens.
usually. Yeah.
We have an intro for a guy that does 1 minute of stand up. The intro is 2 minutes, so it's.
We're just trying to kill a little time here. We didn't know Luke was going to do the American Pie of horror movies.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah,
It's fine. It's fine. But
I didn't do Grease Wars. Just be thankful I didn't do Grease Wars.
That one.
15.5 minutes.
It was funny all the way through, so it's fine. Anyway, here we go. Jeanie, we're going to do a little intro for you, and then we'd like you to do 10 minutes of your act or 10 minutes of Joby Sad's act, whichever you like. Here we go.
We haven't heard
It's
that.
time for a big headliner. Got some funny jokes to say. Oh, do a 10-minute set headliner. Man, I'm so glad that it's Monday. Yeah.
And I just put myself in the spotlight, and that was stupid. It's Jeanie Dugan.
Now no one's in. Right? You took no. Why'd you do anything, Steve? That was fine.
That's why.
I'm
I
here.
know. I'm so sorry.
I could do without the close-up, so that's fine. Hey, thank you guys for having me. It has been a bit since I've done one of these. During the pandemic, I did at one time 105 Zoom comedy shows.
Wow.
I'm not exaggerating, 105 Zoom comedy shows. And I did get really spoiled. Being on here tonight, I realized I was not missing anything, but I did get really spoiled because I started thinking, like, what other job can I do now that you don't need pants for? Right. And I did the research so you don't have to. There's only three jobs you can do that you do not need pants for. Stripper, one, two, prostitute, and three, toll booth collector. Those are the but I would never degrade myself in that way. You know, I would never work for the state. I am a little bit about me. I should tell you right off the bat some things about me, because I noticed something as a female comedian. When we get on stage or the Zoom camera, I'm not seeing it here tonight. You're a very progressive crowd. But what happens is when a woman gets up here, all of a sudden you see a bunch of dudes in the audience, they start crossing their arms. And I don't get offended because I know what they're trying to do. They're protecting their hearts so that they don't fall in love, right? So that's what I tell audiences right off the bat. I am off the market. That's right, I'm off the market, and I am from Chicago, so it is a flea market. It's an absolute flea market. And I got remarried. Yeah, thank you. Remarried. Yes. See, when I tell audiences I got remarried, there's always like very young women in the audience. Not here tonight. Holy shit. Not here tonight. Usually there's very young women. And I see them. They're like, how did she get two guys? And I can see you, rude, and I'll tell you how. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'll tell you how. Unplanned pregnancies and low expectations. There you go. Any of you still looking for a mate, just lower your expectation.
I wrote a book about that.
I don't know if any of you are on a second marriage. Can somebody clap? Let me know if you're on a second marriage. Okay, fantastic. I didn't hear anything. A second marriage is hard. I didn't know it was going to be hard. I thought, hey, I'm more mature. I know what it's in for. I thought it was going to be easier. No, it's harder. A second marriage is like when you go into the refrigerator and the milk is like, you know, it's sour, but you got to go back and smell it again to make sure it's as bad as you thought it was the first time. That's a second marriage. And in my case, it's particularly tough because I have kids and my husband doesn't. know about them yet, so they get home from their dad's house. They get home from their dad's house sounds a lot better than when I regain custody. No, I'm kidding. Unlike most comedians, I have custody of my kids. And there are times during the pandemic, especially, like I wish I had lost it. You know, I love them, but I just wish somebody would take them away for a little while, like bring them back. But I had to do remote learning with my kids. Anybody have to do anything with remote learning here? Okay, no, a lot of us parents found out that our kids are complete pieces of garbage. They are, you know, like we love them, but they are absolute pieces of trash. And I have teenagers. So if you don't have teenagers at home, maybe they're grown and you forgot what it's like to have these magical creatures in your house, or maybe they're still little and you don't know what you're in for. Let me remind you or get you ready. Having teenagers living in your house is somebody who does not help you pay the rent, constantly tell you that you are the most embarrassing person on the planet and they smell like a petting zoo. They smell like a petting zoo, and then they criticize you and then immediately have the audacity to ask you for stuff like, Ma, can I borrow, can I have $10? I'm like, $10? Are you going to buy soap? I'll give you 20, you know? They're like, Ma, can I borrow the car? I'm like, kid, I love you. I do. I love you, but you smell like a goat's ass. You are not getting in my car. You soap dodger. Get in the shower. It's tough. My husband and I, we just renovated our kitchen too. Now, here's the thing. If you've never done a major home improvement with your spouse, this is what I learned from this project. If divorce lawyers were smart, they would not spend a dime renting office space. They would just stand outside a Home Depot. They would stand outside a Home Depot and wait for couples to walk out. Like, oh, you kids are renovating a kitchen, are you? One of you is going to end up with a beautiful new kitchen. The other one of you is going to need my business card to call me from your studio apartment. And here's the thing, we have an anniversary coming up, right? So I tried to talk my husband into doing something new for the anniversary, something we haven't done yet. Oh, not that. Get your head out of the gutters. This is clean. I said, hey, Dan, what we should do for our anniversary this year, let's try glamping. Do you all know what glamping is? Glamping is glamorous camping. Yeah. I know. I had to sell him on it too. I said, Dan, it's going to be a huge tent. There's a queen size bed. There's running water. It's going to be in the desert. It's so romantic. And he said, how much is this romance going to cost us, Jeanie? And I said, well, it's about $600 a night. He said, you are insane. What? $600 a night? He goes, I have a better idea. How about we go to the desert, but we go to Las Vegas and we stay at the Bellagio and we call it glambling. How about that? he's funny. Oh boy, he is a funny one. Here, this is like the time of year. I love this time of year. Love that Halloween song. Are you kidding me? I could listen to that all day. I love this time of year, except I have to be careful to not ask my husband anytime from September to November if my outfit looks okay. Because every single time, if I'm going out, I say, Dan, does this outfit look okay? He looks at me and he goes, it looks like you're going to look at leaves. What? What is it? It looks like I'm going to look at leaves. What does that mean? This is from a guy who's got a good t-shirt, a date night t-shirt. You know that date night t-shirt, the one that has the 3 buttons on it. It's called an Henley. That? Okay. I don't know, Dan. Maybe it looks like I'm going to look at leaves all the time because I'm looking for a good place to bury a body. How about that? He's sweet. No, I do. I love him. We're actually still in the honeymoon phase, which means we're very considerate of each other. You know, this is adorable. You're going to love this. He will not, this is how considerate he is. He will not pass gas in front of me. He won't fart in front of me. That's adorable. Instead, he finds reasons 4 or 5 times a day to go out to the front porch just to fart, right? And I know this because I have the Ring doorbell app on my phone. Other comedians post like 30-second clips of their comedy on TikTok and Instagram. Not me, just 30-second clips of my husband farting. It's fantastic. I got to get out of here in a minute. This has been fun. And after the pandemic, after we opened back up and I could move from Zoom to comedy clubs again, I tell you what, the last few years had made me more thankful than ever for science, right? Like, can we get a little round of applause for science right now? Could we do that? And
Science!
Sometimes if I'm like doing shows in Wisconsin or Indiana, I have to tell them I'm not talking about the vaccine. If people don't, I'm not talking about the vaccine. I am talking about Botox. I am so thankful for Botox. And people will come up to me after the show and they will want to talk to me about either the side effects of Botox or the vaccine. And I'm like, seriously, look at my face. Do I look concerned? I can't feel my face. Do I look concerned? It's fantastic to be back. It really is. And I'll tell you, I love being back so much. I'll leave you on this, that I could walk into a comedy club now, and I love Zoom. This is fun, but I could walk into a comedy club and there could be 3 women in the audience wearing white veils. And I don't even care, because here's a little comedy secret. If you're a comedian and you walk in and you see a bachelorette party, you know you should have called in sick. You should have called in sick. I see a bachelorette party and I just say a quick prayer that they're making their first communion. You know, anything. They're always like, pay attention to me. I'm about to get married. And I'm like, you're about to get married. Get used to being ignored. Jeanie Dogan, you've been fantastic. This is such a fun show. Thanks for having me.
You did it again.
Did it again.
Did it again. Now just Steve.
Steve.
It's
all my fault.
It's all your fault.
Zoom can't handle it when we do something at the same time.
I can't wait to move from Zoom back to comedy clubs. That's but I'm not doing it. Not doing
That
it.
was great, Junie.
That was great. That was a great job.
I combined your 2 names. I said Junie.
Yeah, Junie.
That works.
That was stupid.
Juganin.
I can't read and I can't talk.
Hey, where are you working? Where are you working,
Jeanie?
Where am I working?
Yeah.
I'll be at Zany's Rosemont next week for the 312 Comedy Fest.
Wow, that's fantastic. They won't
great.
give me anything. They hate me over there. I can't believe it.
That's in Chicago for those who don't know.
Yeah.
There's one Chicago and there's one Rosemont.
But it's Chicago area. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I'm in Chicago.
That ain't
Filming
Nebraska.
a micro set soon. And so yeah. So
A micro what? A micro set?
yeah, they do micro sets and they film you and then they release them and they probably make lots of money
That's
off
where
of
they
it.
only do punchlines. There's no setup.
What's a micro set?
They turn on the camera and you go.
10-minute set that they do.
The nun said, "I don't even like chocolate." Cut.
10 minutes is a micro. That's kind of a set. 30 seconds is a micro set. What?
Yeah. It's like, and they put it on, they're filming like they're taping mini specials. So yeah.
Well, my special, they keep saying, they said it cost $16,000 to produce it. I don't remember anything like that. And I get these statements. You made $9. Sorry, you still owe us $15,990.
They're hooked up to your HMO.
Yeah, no, it's I'll pay off the knee operation before they ever pay off that special. So it's got.
They get you.
I know. 2 million people watched it and they get $1. I don't understand. All right. Well, fantastic. So we'll come up and be on your show there.
Yeah, we will. That'll be great. We'll each do 5 seconds. It's gonna be
All
great.
right. Yeah, that'll be a micro set, baby. Thank you.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Now what? Are you singing a song?
Yeah, I am. But here's the thing. Since we changed the order of everything, I think a new thing I'm going to do, and I can do it for Jeanie now, is, you know how I did a song that answered Luke's song? I'm going to do a song that answers Jeanie's set. Wow. Here we go.
Wow.
How about another dumb song from Steve for no reason?
This is a song I used to do as part of an act called the 2 Jew Review. This is a song that requires 4 people, and I'm going to do it myself. Here's the 4 people. There's a young man named Josh. He's about 30. There's his mom. There's his mom's answering machine with her voice on it. And then there's the answering machine when it cuts off Josh. And that will be this. Okay, everybody with me? All right, here we go. Because you know, it is a common misperception that I can tune a guitar.
It's a common misrepresentation. Misrepresentation.
That Jewish men, when they leave home, don't lean on their parents for anything anymore. They're just totally independent, as we all know. Beep, 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 beep. This is me, Josh, dialing the phone. You've reached the home of Phil and Barbara Meek. Please leave your name and number at the beep. You have 30 seconds in which to speak. Hi, Mom, it's me, your son, number 3. Pick up, pick up, pick up, it's me, it's Josh. I wish you were in, cause by now it has been 3 weeks since you did my wash. It's such an awful quandary, I have tons of dirty laundry, not to mention all the dishes in the sink. If it isn't too much trouble, come on over on the double, cause I fear I'm getting dizzy from the stink. And also, while I got you on the phone, I just want to ask you if there's one. Oh, it cut me off. That is so rude. I guess I will just dial again. What choice do I have? I wasn't finished. Beep, 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 beep. The song was written when you could dial 7 numbers. You've reached the home of Phil and Barbara Meek. It's the same answering machine message since 1976. Please leave your name and number at the beep. You have 30 seconds in which to speak. Hi, Mom, it's Josh again. Your gizmo cut me off again. This time I'll try to speak more rapidly. If the airport's on your way, the wife is flying in today, and I'd go get her, but there's bowling on TV. The furnace needs a filter. Hell, the whole thing's out of kilter. Better bring your socket wrenches when you come. And if it wouldn't kill you, get some polish for the silver. It'll help you when you're scrubbing off the scum. And one more thing, really quick, while I got... cut me off again! She wonders why I'm in therapy. All right, I'm gonna dial one more time. That is it. That is it. Beep, 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 beep. It's ringing. Hello, Joshua? Oh, Mom, is that you? I was just calling you. Yes, this is your mother. You should be more like your brother. He takes care of things himself, no help from me. I do for you, but nothing's getting through to you. You're 30 and still sitting on my knee. I'm wasting no more breath because I babied you to death. And Oprah says I have to draw the line. Since I failed her mother test, I'm gonna yank you from my breast. You rotten, no good, spoiled brat of mine. I can't do it anymore for you. I've done too much. Mom, that's okay. I'll just ask Grandma. But Joshua, have you eaten? I've got soup with kreplach, heaten. I'll come feed you, precious darling son of mine. Thank you very much.
The world and the life of being Jewish. I learned so much.
Yeah, well, you know, we're trying to beat Hamas, whatever we can do. All right, it's time to make
whatever you do. Oh, yeah.
Brad begs for money. Hey, we need your money. We don't charge a cover or a 2-drink minimum, so what did you expect, Jack?
Hey, everybody, I'm Brad Tassell, and I'm going to ask you all to do me a favor, and that is go to virtualcomedyshow.com. And first of all, don't notice that in some places it still says we're on Thursday. But I didn't notice all of them. But click on the button that says donate to the comedians of the show. And we've learned right now that that will help Steve's parents get him out of their pocket. He's 54, 55, or 56.
58 in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Wow. He is 58 years old, still taking money from the folks.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
How do I get that deal?
How do I get that? Well, are your parents alive?
You got to sign up for bar mitzvah lessons.
Yeah, well, if your parents aren't alive, that deal's over, isn't it? So anyway, I apologize. But anyway, and my mom just left, and I hope she pays for this hotel for me. But anyway, she won't. She won't. So go to virtualcomedyshow.com and donate. I had to pay for this room. And Patti, of course, has to pay for the, the meat bags is a horrible thing to say. We're going to give her money. We're going to give her money to stop saying that and find a new metaphor for that. And of course, Jeanie needs a third husband. So I think she
And if I may, we got to get Luke a driver's license. He's been driving for Lyft for 2 years, and he really should have a license.
Wow. Well, now he needs money because he's going to get arrested when they hear this. I need money.
I need money because I need to hire Chuck to do more artwork so I can.
Oh man, Chuck does some great stuff. Yeah,
I have my example of Chuck's artwork if we want to show that at some point.
Yes, yes.
Go ahead. Let's see
Bring
it.
Luke up.
Bring him in.
All right. So first, as just so people know what the reference is, this was a DVD I put out a long time ago. The ego has landed, and there's me looking all like pimpified and stuff. So here is the artwork that Chuck did. Let me see if I can get it close enough.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Goes down to the ego has landed. But when I pull it far away, it does it fades out to white there, so it's hard to see. But yes.
Wow.
So that is an example of the work by Chuck, which is at VV3SPA on Instagram and Twitter.
Everybody
Yes.
go to everybody go to virtualcomedyshow.com and donate. If we get enough donated, we'll all get a picture from Chuck. It'll be fantastic.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be good?
I'll look
I
at
vouch.
Anyway, all right, well, go do that. Let's finish
Okay.
it up.
Time for the worst joke of the week.
Oh, this is horrible.
Worst joke. Boo! That was the worst joke ever.
So Trump also today said it was fake news that he shared secrets with Australian billionaire and Mar-a-Lago resident Anthony Pratt. Loose Lips Donnie called Pratt a redheaded weirdo and that he's lying about his conversations with Trump. Pratt said the Orange Commander and chief bragged to him about bombing Iraq. Trump said that Pratt misunderstood what he was saying. What he really said was not bombing Iraq, but dipping his sack.
That's the worst joke of the year.
That is
All right,
the
we're done.
worst joke ever.
Hey, that was the virtual comedy show. We learned a lot of stuff we didn't need to know, like Brad likes Pop-Tarts and SpaghettiOs. Yep, that's what you get when you watch this show. Fascinating, isn't it? We have a lot of fun at the virtual comedy show. It's better than sitting home playing with your toes or going to the dump to watch stuff decompose. Keep coming back to the virtual comedy show. We hope you enjoyed the virtual comedy show. You don't have to dress up, no, 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 no. You can be like Brad and go commando. Every Monday it's the virtual comedy show. See you Monday at the virtual comedy show. It's at www.virtualcomedyshow.com. That's right.
I've done.